Welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft episode 81. How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. That's great. Alright. I've been busy in the workshop. So let's start there before we get to today's project. I pretty much went smelting crazy and cooked up my blue steel that I said I was going to do a while ago but didn't do it till just last night. I got some blue steel there, some blue steel there, some there, and another 4 spot right over here. I still have more ingredients to make, I think at least 4 more. That's the last of my black bronze, and that's what I need. But I did that. I cooked up a hell of a lot of bismuth bronze because I made this, the anvil. I never had this anvil. That's just pig iron. I did express an interest in collecting all the anvils, so I made this last night because I was just going crazy in here. And yeah, the only 2 I don't have now are the black bronze and the rose gold one, and that is due to the severe lack of gold. And it's going to be a while before I get those. I also made a pair of bismuth bronze pants with all the extras. Bismuth bronze I had laying around because I wasn't calculating anything. I just cooked up like massive batches of stuff. So I did that. I cleaned up, if you notice, I cleaned up my whole housing area. I got into the habit of just throwing chests down and just dropping my inventory in there quickly to get rid of it. So I went and took all the chests I had laying around, all the wood I had laying around, and I put it all away in its proper place, so this place is nice and clean. And I wanted to correct this situation. Yeah, so that's how you do that. Actually, you know what? I didn't even want to make hickory doors. But last time I tried to make them out of the square planks for some reason. I don't know why. I thought I remembered making them out of the regular planks. I guess maybe he changed that, or it just slipped my mind that you can make them with the 2x4 planks. I don't know. But yeah, I figured that out. So I can do this. Actually, I think it would look better with white cedar because there's so much hickory wood out here already. We need a little contrast. But this will work for now. This will work for now. Alright, so there's something else I wanted to mention, and that is I tried to put a world download in episode 80, but what happened was Mediafire wouldn't let me upload it because it's too large. It seems their limit is like 200 megabytes. Yeah, I did all this. This is my organization. This is the Hall of Rocks. All these chests have my rocks in them. Yeah, there's nothing in there. They're all in alphabetical order. And then over here, I put one of each rock in here in case I want to look at all of them to look at the colors and stuff. And then I got my smooth stone, bricks, and cobblestone and stuff, and bricks, real bricks. Okay, so Mediafire only allows a 200 megabyte upload. This world has grown to 227 megabytes, I think. So it won't let me upload it unless I pay. And I'm not paying Mediafire jack garbage. That's not happening. So I don't know how to upload world anymore. And that'd be a shame if I can't upload this world anymore, because you know, people might want to check it out. So if anybody knows any other way to get around that, I'm willing to give it a shot. We're just going to head out to the tree farm. This is where today's build is going to take place. And I got this idea because I was out here getting charcoal a couple days ago. And this is still my charcoal pit. Nothing but a hole in the ground. And I said, this is unacceptable. This is Stone Age technology right here. We are well beyond the Stone Age. We can't be getting charcoal from a hole in the ground covered with dirt. We have to upgrade that immediately. So I got to planning and I came up with this idea. A cool, fancy charcoal pit. And it's going to be situated right here in the middle of my tree farm. So all I have to do, I laid it out with torches here. All I have to do is cut the trees down. Boom. Throw the charcoal in right here. Done. Don't have to run around or anything. Now, future plans. I want to run a railway into here from up in my new workshop. Kind of an underground tunnel. It's going to go from the new workshop down into the ground. Probably lead into here, this little hill, which I'll carve out, even though it's mostly dirt. We'll figure something out, but it's going to be so later on anyway, because I need that gold. But the railway will stop here. And it's just an easy way, a quick way to get your charcoal. Just have a rail system that comes right here, brings you right back. And I'm going to fully close this off and light it so it's a rail protected area. It's so I know I could come here any time of the day or night and not have to worry about being attacked by mobs. And with the railway and everything, they'll keep me underground. Won't have to run outside. It's gonna look cool. So let's get started on today's build. Alright, so the dimensions of this charcoal pit are going to be the same as that one, in that it's going to be a 5x5. I like the 5x5, it cooks up a lot of charcoal. It's not too small, but it's not too big. However, that one is only 2 layers deep. This one is going to be 3 layers deep, because this is going to be a hut, not a hole in the ground. And the hut looks better when it's standing 3 layers, at least 3 blocks high, with the roof. I don't necessarily have to use the 3rd layer and fill it with wood. I could just fill it with bricks and use 2 layers if I kind of need charcoal and I don't have enough wood around. Or you can fill the whole thing and get a whole buttload of charcoal. So let's get started with that. Simple enough. Let's just make some walls. The walls are going to be made out of nice cobblestone. I actually like this cobblestone. I like it a lot. I think this is my favorite cobblestone right now. Alright. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay. Now let's make it 3 layers high. Okay, so that's how tall it's going to stand. I should have brought some wood out here. Oh, I got wood everywhere. Okay, phase 2, a roof. Now, as I just mentioned, this roof is going to be made out of chert. And it's going to stick out a little bit. Yeah, right there. So it's going to overlap 1 block. And I'm going to chisel the roof down. Oh, they're not going to pop off. So I'm going down 4 hits and just pretty much turn this into a half slab. And behind it, it's going to sit a whole block like that. All the way around. Now, as you probably guessed, the next step is to simply keep going like that. Now this will also be chiseled down. And behind this will be another row of full blocks like that. Oh, there we go. Got one pop off. Okay, let's just slap the last roof piece here. Tile, I guess you could call it. And there's the roof. Simple, simple little thing. And let's take a look at it. So there that is. Simple enough. Alright. Moving on to phase 3. So for this, I'm going to do something similar to what I just did with my little doorway entrance over there, where I'm going to have like a post. Which is chiseled back. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm just going to do this on all 3 sides, all 4 sides. Alright, so now we got a basic structure. It looks pretty cool the way it is already, actually. But it's basic. It's just basic. That's all it is. I like the colors and stuff, though. But now it's time to fancy it up, because there's nothing special about it. So here's the first thing I'm going to do. There's really 3 things I'm going to do that transform this into a hut, from a hut into a fancy charcoal pit. Now the first thing I'm going to do, you've already seen before, but I think it'll fit out here as well. Just like up there on these posts, all 4 of them, I'm going to make the thin snake just snaking its way up on all 4 of them. I think that looks cool. It would look cool out here too, because it would go with this kind of hut that's out in the woods. Got some snakes crawling on it. I don't know. I mean, they're not supposed to be real snakes. They're supposed to be stone statue structures. But it just fits in. So I'm not going to do the whole thing right now, but just to give you an idea, in case somebody didn't see the last episode, I'm going to smooth that just to change the texture a little bit. Go in until there's only 1 slab thickness left. Actually, I could do this too. Save myself the chiseling later. And then we just make the snake. And any kind of design you want. So let's start the tail from right there. Make him go up straight a little bit there before he turns over and starts going this way. Alright. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you get the idea. I'm going to have a snake coming up. It's going to go to this side. It's going to come back to this side. It's going to be on all 4 posts. Now, the other thing I wanted to do, and I just made a quick change here on material design, but I'm going to take out each corner on all 4 of them. Then I'm going to do this. I was going to use the smooth basalt, but I like the darker texture of the brick a little bit better. And I could actually... Smooth basalt is always needed over here to for building purposes, so better off just using this as design and the smooth for actual building stuff. Alright, well, you know what? Just do the whole thing. is going to go up like that. Looks atrocious, don't it? Well, I'm not done yet. Wait a minute, actually, did I do that right? Yeah, I did it right. Okay, now these each go in 7 times. Oops. Wait, I lost count. And then they'll go about... Let's do 4 for now. Alright. So what's going on here? What could it be? Well, I'm not going to tell you just yet. Well, actually I can tell you, because I'm about there now, so. What this is going to be is kind of like a silhouette of a tree. Or like a shadow of a tree. Which is going to be on each side. And I'm going to make the branches come out. And just kind of like, actually it wouldn't look like branches, they'll look more like vines that are just growing all on all sides of the walls here. The way I'm going to do that is, let me make this look a little bit better here. So this would be the trunk. It starts out thick. Actually, I think I could go in one more. Okay. So it starts out thick at the bottom. Let's say it gets to about right here. You know what? I don't know if that's, I may do it again and bring it out one more micro block width. So the top is actually 2 wide and not 1. But let me just show you. I could spare a basalt brick about what is going to happen. And you know what? I kind of messed up right there. Alright, so let me do it on this side for good. Well, you know what? I just messed up altogether. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do a take 2 on this whole thing. Okay, so as you can see, I plastered these panels a little bit out further. I just basically did this over, and except the bottom. The bottom's fine. It was where the branches need to come off. Now basically, this is what I'm gonna do. So let's say this is a branch coming off the tree at about right here. I'm trying to make it too wide. think I lost it already. Alright, doesn't matter. Yeah, so say like a branch comes off the tree right there and just spreads out like a branch. See, I'll make it split right here already. Maybe this one goes up a bit. And then we'll start heading over in this direction. And this could keep going straight. Let's say this one right here will keep going straight and then head downward at about right. Head downward a little bit at about right here. And then another one can come up straight off of this bottom one. It kind of doesn't look yeah, I mean I'm looking at it, it just looks like a mess. But I'm trying to make branches, so it's going to look messy until you see it done. So let's make this one go out, and you know, it will make it split right here, and it just keeps thinning out as you go. And the final like twig, I guess, at the end of the branch would just be one micro block like that. Let me try and remove the extra blocks so maybe you could see it clearer. And we definitely need one to come out up here. Alright. Does it look any clearer? I don't know. I see it, but I know what I'm doing, so. And there's going to be more branches as the tree goes up. More come up over here and on every side. Over here. Then over here, this tree will cover this half. And this half. And then this tree will cover this half. Basically going around the whole thing. May not look clear right now, but when I'm done, you'll see it. At least you see how I'm doing it. That's the biggest thing. And I'll finish up these snakes too. Look at that, looking all pretty. And it's not even done yet. Alright, this took about 3.5 hours to do for the black trees alone. The snakes, another half hour. Each pattern is random. I was just making it up in my head as I went. Every snake is doing its own thing on a pole. Every branch is different. We'll get a look at all 4 sides here. So you can see everything is different. It's all different patterns. This one's really wacky here. I like that one. This snake here. Alright. So it's looking good. Still not done yet. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to get on top, actually. Before I do that, I'm going to take those out. Sure, we could throw down some black brick there. Doesn't matter. I don't even really need this here. It just fits. I don't know. Because you'll see what I'm about to do, and you probably already just saw it. So I guess that's there for safety reasons. Now let me hop up on top. And I can afford to break some of these. I believe this is the right one. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now we got buckets of lava. My nice brand new buckets of lava. And if I pour this lava in here, do the same one to this one. Cap that back up. Now let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, now we got some light. And it's looking good now. Alright, since I only got 2 buckets, I gotta make another run down to the pit, grab some more lava, and then we'll finish this up. There we go. Now that looks pretty nice, I gotta say so myself. It came out nice. This is how I envisioned it in my head. Now, you're probably looking at it and wondering, there's still something missing. You're probably saying to yourself, well, that looks nice and all, but how do you get in the damn thing? There's no doors. To that I say, doors? Where we're going, we don't need doors. Yes, that was a solid Back to the Future 2 reference. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Here's my final trick I got up my sleeve. I'm going to break this. Yes, it's going to fall. The salt won't break. We'll get a look in here. This first time I'm in here. Let me break that out. Yeah, so this is actually like 4 high. So this has a lot of space. Well, I don't need all that space, so what I'm going to do is actually get some brick and brick this in just to make it 3 high, because this is like way too much space. Because this is a charcoal pit. You can't... We got to have it covered completely. And I only want it to be a 5x5, 3 high. Okay. That was actually an oversight. I didn't account for the roof. Making an extra space there. But anyway, easy fix, doesn't matter. And I was figuring if 3 high was too much and I needed charcoal quick and I didn't have that much wood, I would just brick this top layer anyway. Make it 2 high. Alright, so let's get back to business. Finish this up. If I take these stones, put them there. And now actually I can put this here. Let's get some light in here so you can see what I'm doing. Hit that 7 times and then make an outline. And just leaving a thin strip outlining the door like that. And it's going to come all the way up. Like that. And I'll get rid of everything in the middle. Alright, finally done. Now let me explain what's going on here. Technically there's a block here, but I chiseled most of it away. Now you can't see it, you can't feel it, and you can walk right through it. But the game considers this space to be occupied with the block. So what does that mean to us? Well, when you're making charcoal, and you pile this in with wood and light it on fire as you would a regular charcoal pit, you do not have to place blocks here or close this with the door. You can just leave it open like this. It's a little bit of trickery going on here. And the game will consider this to be sealed, and your wood will turn to charcoal right before your eyes. Now, I gotta throw this out there. Here's a little disclaimer. There is a slight possibility that if you leave wood stacked in a corner here like this, it will catch on fire from the lava. Now you can get rid of the lava, fill it with water, it'll look just as cool. You could leave it empty, you could fill it back in with cobblestone, you can do what you want. I'm going with the lava for now because I like the way it looks. I haven't had an issue yet, but it can catch on fire. It is a possibility, so beware of that before you go playing around with this thing. It's dangerous. Okay, so to prove that this works, to end the video, I'm going to fill this up with wood, light it up, and I'll leave my guy right here, and I'll capture the exact moment it changes over from wood to charcoal. Well, alright, we're all done here. I'm pretty proud of how this came out. It looks exactly how I envisioned it. We basically went from a hole in the ground to this. Stone Age hole in the ground to a stand-up, walk-in charcoal maker. Because this isn't a pit anymore, it's a charcoal maker. This suits our lifestyle. Living large here in TerraFirmaCraft. Well, alright guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Later.